everybody awake so we can have a brief conversation, guys? Let's wait and see who pops up. Anyone awake? Let's see who pops up. Is it too late for a live? Hello, hello. Thank you so much for showing up for this live tonight. I hope everyone is great today. It's been brilliant weather-wise here in the UK today, and I hope you guys have had a great, are having a great week so far, and that today has been as brilliant as it has been here in the UK for all of you out there. Thank you so much for tuning in here again at Francis Page Media, where you always come to catch up with the latest in the world of our British Royals. I'm very sorry, guys, for this live. I think it's a tad late, but I thought I come in briefly just to catch up with you guys and see what you've been up to, but also to just have a discussion around what has been happening with our Royals. As you see, they have been incredibly busy again, very, very busy. Today, as you have seen in the news and on social media, our Royals are always on the move. So in this short live here, we are going to look at what Catherine and William have been up to recently, but also we are going to have a brief look at Prince Charles, the Prince of Wales, who is out in Rwanda for the head of Commonwealth meetings. So yes, let's just have a brief catch up and see what the Royals have been up to, guys. But before I start, I would like to remind you that all the views that we share here are our very own views, and please do your own research, look at the news feeds, and just make sure that you also, do your own research on these stories so that we are all on the same page when it comes to understanding these stories and engaging in these discussions. So thank you so much for tuning in. Whoever is on this live and wherever you are, I'm sending you greetings from here in UK. I know most of you could be watching from United States, so it is I think 5 hours behind us here. So it's soon bedtime for us, and I think it's just getting to tea time wherever you are. So yeah, you could say that it's a great timing to get a balanced sort of audience. But anyway, let us look at first Prince William. We had his birthday yesterday. He turned 40 years, which is a milestone in his life. Of course, when you turn 40, now people start trusting you more with your decisions. And for the royal family, of course, Prince William being the future king, it means that at the age of 40 now, he is going to be taking more affirmative decisions. And it was great to see him celebrating his birthday. Apparently, he spent half of it on the streets somewhere in Hammersmith, selling, not just selling the issue magazine, big issue magazine, but also visiting his friends with whom he had spent some time selling those magazines. Again, such a great gesture for a king who would have been somewhere having fun, but he chose to go back to the streets and just say hello to his friends. I think one of them was called Dave. So yes, so if you missed that story, again, it's still trending on the news. BBC, I think, and some media channels reported on it massively yesterday. So he turned 40 yesterday, but he hasn't thrown any party yet, because guess what? He is waiting to throw a joint party with wife Catherine. Remember, Catherine's birthday was in January, and because she did not celebrate due to COVID, they have organized a joint birthday celebration with William at Windsor Castle sometime, either Windsor Castle or Sandringham, sometime to come. I think next weekend or the other week coming. So it's going to be a joint party for Catherine and William's birthday, and it's going to be massive. Apparently, Queen Elizabeth is going to use her chef. I mean, the best chef out there to make that cake for William and Kate. The last time we had joint parties at Windsor Castle was when Prince Andrew turned 40, and Princess Anne, I think, also turned 50. So it was a joint party. I think it was organized. But since then, we hadn't had any joint parties at Windsor Castle for any royals. So William's birthday party, yeah, together with Catherine, is going to be huge. Guys, look out for what Catherine will be wearing on the day and for that birthday cake. And obviously, these images are going to be flooding social media on the day. So yeah, that's one of the royal news catch up of William and Catherine's joint birthday party coming up soon. But today we had Prince William again step out with wife Catherine. They rarely step out these days because of the busy nature of all the senior royals, with every single one of them, of course, having those assignments in different areas and parts of the country. But for today, they stepped out together, William and Catherine, and they were visiting Brixton. Those who know London very well will tell you that Brixton is a very, very popular place in London. So the two royal sweethearts were visiting a creative center. I think this is where photography and I think cinematology, whatever courses are offered, and training skills for the young men and women in the community of Brixton. So Catherine paid a visit together with her husband to this enterprise to see the great work the establishment is doing for young people, also to get to learn of the latest equipments that are out there in the world of photography. So we know that, of course, Catherine loves photography so much, and in the past, and obviously on all these big events like Christmas, birthday photographs for her children, for Princess Charlotte, George, and sometimes the Queen. Those photographs are taken by Catherine herself. So this visit to this enterprise in Brixton, an enterprise that teaches young people how to do photography and all that, was of interest to Catherine, mainly because she loves photography. So those who have already seen these news circulate on social media, you've seen Catherine trying out these photography equipments and trying out cameras and photographing young people in the establishment, and she was very enthusiastic, and all of them actually were in great spirits this afternoon. Of course, Prince William was seen in the background trying to encourage young people to carry on with whatever they are doing, to make sure that people, get an assured better life with the training courses that they are offered in this enterprise. So it was great to see our royals turning up again in high spirits in London to encourage local communities to thrive and get those better lives that we also need. Okay, so that was William and Catherine today. Very, very busy. And I think after that visit, they went to Waterloo again to officiate on the installation of a new statue around Waterloo. I think this statue is celebrating those who served, who helped to establish. I think the Windrush community. It's somewhere in Waterloo, and the statue was celebrating the achievement of all those people who came here to help the British economy back in the day. So these would be people from the Caribbean and all that stuff. So they headed straight down there after the Brixton Enterprise visit, and of course there Prince William gave a fantastic speech. He is absolutely amazing when it comes to giving speeches. Prince William is. So if you missed that speech, guys, and you're here watching this live, maybe you can catch up with that speech on the Royal News channel. I think there is the Royal Family channel, and I think the Royal Family will be sharing a part of that speech on their Instagram. So you will definitely see what I mean by William giving a fantastic speech. Usually conversations like those are very, very sensitive, and giving a speech in recognition of slavery and all that stuff, in recognition of all those who participated or lost their lives during those days of slavery, is always a very sensitive topic. So for someone to give a speech that wows on the day, especially talking about conversations like those, is somebody that we can all take our hats off for. So it was great to see that Prince William wowed everybody who attended, who has been there for the installation of this statue at Waterloo again. That was Catherine and William's visit. Today, news today, they have been very, very busy, and I think they are just getting themselves to settle down, after a busy day. But our royals are incredibly busy. If you're watching this live and you liked any of those sessions that William and Kate have been up to today, please drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know what you think about these amazing royals who are doing great work for their community. Now, coming on to Prince Charles, of course, he is in Rwanda with Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla, for the head of Commonwealth Games. Now, these games are taking place in Rwanda, somewhere in East Africa, for those who know Rwanda. And Paul Kagame is the president hosting these meetings. So Prince Charles's visit, of course, comes after the prince was quoted recently arguing against that government policy of sending refugees to Rwanda. So we hope that during this visit, the prince will try and establish some facts to see whether Rwanda is the right place to send refugees or not. But what we know is that the country's facilities have improved recently, and the economy has sort of thrived in recent years, and they think that the refugees will be fine down there. So we hope so. But these meetings are mainly to do with the Commonwealth and how UK as a government can support all these Commonwealth nations to thrive, and how they can continue to work together as a bloc. We know United Kingdom and And our royal family is of course heading the Commonwealth countries, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, all these countries. So for Africa, of course, these are the CHOGM, they call them CHOGM, Head of Commonwealth Meetings. These meetings are centered around how they can help the African, uh, the Commonwealth countries in Africa to, to develop or to be more, to become more economically independent, and all those great bits and bobs, including security issues and corruption, everything. Okay, so today Prince Charles, who landed in Rwanda, I think yesterday, has kicked off his activities. I think today he visited the Rwanda genocide site. I mean, this is where the victims lost their lives in Rwanda. There is a massive monument that was established somewhere in Kigali. So those who know about Rwanda, the country witnessed some of the hardest days in modern history, when millions of people got killed with that genocide that took place in the country. So that dark history still remains up to date. So apparently the prince visited the site where, well, it's a monument that was set up in memory of everybody, of those who lost their lives during the Rwanda genocide. And the prince was seen laying a wreath of flowers together with his wife Camilla, just to kind of commemorate or be part of. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Sam. I truly understand. It's a bit late, isn't it? And I suppose you've had a very busy day, Sam. Truly understand. Thank you so much for the time and for catching up with the live. You can always catch up with it. I think it will stay. It will stay up after. I'll make sure it stays up so you can always catch up with it. And it's also going to be a short live, guys, because of the timing. Maybe we can have a longer live on Friday. But yes, Prince Charles and Camilla are in Africa, guys. Africa there for, I think they will be there for about 5 days or 4 days, up to the end of the Commonwealth meetings. So you can see that our royals are incredibly busy, busy as bees. Okay, let's not forget that they have only just come out of the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, but there won't be any resting for them, because straight on to these activities. But also remember that the pandemic season had kind of held back all of these activities that we are seeing taking place. So the Royals have a backlog of events, and for this year and maybe early next year is going to be clearing the backlog. These visits that were supposed to be done 2019, 2020 are now being done, because, as the world starts to get on its feet, so do the Royals' activities start to take that meaningful shape. But thank you guys for always catching up with these lives, and for being here to kind of talk about some of these great missions that our Royals are doing to try and stay in touch with our local communities, both here and abroad. Now we haven't had so much from Meghan and Harry recently, but what I know is that they haven't sent any birthday wishes, well, publicly on to William. Harry hasn't sent birthday wishes publicly to his brother William. So again, we are waiting to see if there will be any public great wishes for a great birthday for his brother. So, but what does that tell us? It tells us that yes, relationships between them two is still very raw, very, very so. Hello, thank you so much for joining Seeking Rainbows. Thank you so much wherever you're watching from. I welcome you on this live. Have a good night, Sam. Thank you so much for staying around. Yes, so we are yet to hear any great wishes messages coming in from Meghan and Harry to wish Prince William a good birthday, and maybe we won't be hearing those wishes anytime soon because obviously we know that relationships are still not yet on great terms. But we also had some rumors of divorce between Meghan and Harry flying around. Whether those rumors are right, nobody knows yet. But as always, we are just here waiting to see what pans up. Pensacola Beach, Florida. Oh, hiya. How is Florida? So what time is it right now, my friend in Florida? I think you're all 5 hours behind us, isn't it? Thank you so much for tuning in. Please, guys, if you're not subscribed to this fabulous channel yet, ensure to subscribe so that you stay up to date with the latest in the world of our British royals. So it's hot there, always hot in Florida, isn't it? And I think we've had temperatures here up to 20 degrees in UK. So I suppose it's been really, really hot wherever you are. Seeking Rainbows. Do you mind sharing your name with us, my dear friend? And I think it's the first time I've seen you on this live. Great to see you. I'm so honored that you found this channel. Please remember to subscribe so that we push this channel to greater heights. Guys, I really, really appreciate your support. Cindy, thank you so much, Cindy. Great to hear from you today. And Cindy, do you have any royals that you follow mainly here in the UK? Do you have any specific royals that you love? Please, if you have any royals, guys, that you love, post them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for your subscription, and yes, your support has kept this channel flying, guys. Without you, Francis Page Media would be nowhere. So thank you so much, Cindy. I really appreciate your support and every single one of you that is on this live. I know most of you always turn up to these lives and you post comments here, you post comments on my video posts. You are making such a massive difference. If you have any royal favorites or any royals that you like, please drop them in the comment section below. Maybe that will also help me generate content around those specific royals. Because when it comes to sharing royal messages and royal stories, it can be a little bit hectic because our royals are visiting different places every day, and reporting about all of them can be a huge challenge. So sometimes that's why I pop up here and just share insights, little insights about each one of them. But I want to be able to bring mainly stories around those royals that you most follow or royals that you most love. We haven't seen Queen Elizabeth in the mix so far. I suppose she is taking a break from things, and we know that she got a little bit exhausted during the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, but also during those horse race. Was it the what event was that? There was that event she attended. I think it was it skipped my is it the Gator event? Yeah. I think that was the last event we got to see Queen Elizabeth. So she is resting up, and of course, we know that with being 96 years old at this this time of anybody's age, they are supposed to be resting and taking that step back. So that's why the royals, senior royals, have stepped up their game to represent the Queen in great spirits. Now we know that Prince Charles is in Africa for the head of Commonwealth meetings. Really, that should have been Queen Elizabeth in Africa. Okay, so if the Queen was more, more stronger and more healthier, you know, she would have been the one to take on that trip, but because she's now that age, Prince Charles now is finding himself take on most of these duties abroad on behalf of Her Majesty. But really, this is also to show to us that Prince Charles has really taken off now with taking on leadership, because we know he's the next in line. Technically, he's meant to be taking over from his mother. And for us, and all of you royals, hi, really great to see you. Thank you for chipping in. I hope you've had a fantastic day. Yeah, and for us who are following up on these royal activities every day, we can now see that Prince Charles has fully taken over most of these events. And but Queen Elizabeth is still very, very busy in the background. She is signing off documents. She would be doing team meetings and video, video meetings with heads of states abroad at Windsor Castle. And I think for this CHOGM ahead of Commonwealth meetings taking place in Africa, Queen Elizabeth would be following up closely on these discussions via video link. So she is still very, very busy. Okay. And also one thing we know is that Prince Charles now and the Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla, have to prove to the world that they are ready to take on these tasks. Okay, so it is chance for them to shine and show the Queen right now, before she hands over power to them, that they are very much capable. Okay. So guys, whoever is watching, thank you so much for sticking around. If you have anything of interest from that you have observed in our royals recently, please drop that in the comments section below. But also, if you have any specific royals that you want me to report about mostly, also drop that in the comment section below, because that helps me to kind of hold on to those royals that you love so much and bring their stories without missing out any. Okay, so Prince Andrew hasn't been in the mix recently because there are huge debates going on in the background of whether to just literally strip him off from taking part in any future royal family engagements. So, but again, that is still being debated upon. And other things being debated upon is whether Princess Beatrice, be made a senior royal to start taking on some engagements, because William and Kate and Prince Charles, Sophie, Edward, and who else? Who is the other? And Princess Anne have a lot on their hands. They really have a lot. And just to think that there are over 4,000 patronages in the world and in UK mostly. And to think that each of those senior royals is taking on more than 200 patronages as presidents is very unthinkable and shows how much work they have got to do every day. So they are debating on whether to upgrade Beatrice to becoming a senior royal so that she can take over some of these responsibilities. We know Meghan and Harry left a few years ago, and most of their patronages were passed on to these other royals. The Duke of Edinburgh died, Prince Philip died, we all know that. He also had his patronages, so those were also again distributed to all the senior royals. Queen Elizabeth herself has so many patronages, and as we know, if you're a president of a patronage, you are supposed to visit that patronage, supposed to go and get involved in the activities. But as we know, Queen Elizabeth now is more of immobile these days, which means that her patronages again will somehow be distributed to the senior royals. So as you can see, there is a lot that our royals are doing right now. And yeah, so these are the meetings going on in the background to see who else is made a senior royal so that they take over, or they can also help with carrying out some of these royal duties. So guys, thank you so much. I appreciate your lovely time this evening, and I thought I'd come on briefly just to talk about those few insights and what is generally been going on around our royals these past few days, and just to see what other stories of interest you might have here, so I can generate content around those in my next upcoming videos. So the highlight of today, guys, was that visit of Catherine and William to Brixton, to that film. It's a creative establishment in Brixton, so they are teaching young people photography and arming them with the right skills to go and get jobs in the film and photography industry. So the highlight was Catherine herself trying out those gadgets and taking photographs of the young people at the facility, which was great to see. Okay. And then, of course, we saw Prince Charles laying flowers at the memorial site in Kigali. Now, to talk about Prince Charles' trip in Kigali, Rwanda. Rwanda is a country that has been subjected to a lot of controversy, because we know that the president has been president for a long time. We know that there were atrocities in the past. We also know that the government right now is trying to put in place the policy of refugees being taken to Rwanda. So it is a country that is at the center of so many debates presently. But it would, the meetings that are taking place in Rwanda right now are meant to kind of put the country into a screen, a sieve, to see how is it in terms of its human rights, how is its economy, how is its political situation, so it's a country that right now is being looked at very, very closely by very many other countries. And our royals, I suppose, for this trip, especially Prince Charles going down there, we know that about the whole project of refugees going down there. So this trip for Prince Charles is very, very important, because he is probably going to look at Rwanda from all angles and from all perspectives, because that's what a senior royals do. That's what the queen would have done, because they value humanity. They value people's ways of living. They value local initiatives. So with Prince Charles and Camilla visiting Rwanda, we hope that this trip will be a positive one by the end of it. And of course, this is the first time Prince Charles has traveled to Rwanda, the first time since that genocide thing happened. So there is a lot to talk about. There is a lot of places for the prince to visit. And I'm quite sure he was very nervous going down there. But as we know, Prince Charles, just like Prince William, they are very, very confident leaders. So we expect again to, we expect great news from this whole trip. But I will still keep you up to date with whatever will be coming out over these trips. And also, you can stay up to date by checking onto the Royal Family channel. So I follow this channel very much. They do share a lot of videos and news going on in the world of our royals. Yep, so I think I've done a lot of talking today. And given the time here in UK around bedtime, I'm sorry guys for this late night live, but I thought coming on briefly to have these little conversations would help us to kind of get to know where we stand with what is going on around British royalty. So guys, we will continue following up on those Meghan and Harry stories again of divorce. We had these rumors, but there is always no smoke without fire. We will soon find out what's going on. Nobody knows whether it's true or whether people are just spreading rumors. But what we've heard is that the nurse who delivered Lilibet, this is Harry's youngest daughter. We've heard that the nurse who delivered her has decided to close her facility out of the blue. She closed her facility and she said she's no longer carrying out those midwifery services. So we also don't know why. This is a story that is just developing. We shall continue to read up on it and see where it leads to and why this nurse that delivered Lilibet, Diana, decided to close her entity in Montecito, California. Okay. Cindy, if you're still on this live, probably you're the best person to help us find out what's going on. Florida, is Florida closer to California? I don't know, but you being around those circles or in that geographical location, you could you could follow up on things for us very closely. But yes, that's what is happening on the side of the Sussex Royals. We haven't seen them post on their Instagram page for now a good few months. Okay, so obviously they are very quiet, and we know that they are also going through a lot of challenges right now. I'm talking about Meghan and Harry. They're going through a lot of challenges right now with Netflix asking for a lot more than the Sussexes can deliver. And then we also know that Prince Harry is also due to release his memoir or his book in the next coming few months. So whether it's him being undercover waiting for that book to be released and then stories will start popping up, we don't know. But again, I'll keep you up to date with what will come from that side of the Sussexes. Other than that, guys, I think I will soon end this live and so that people can retire. But if you have any thoughts, drop them in the comments section below. And I think on Friday we shall have our phone line go live that people can call in and yeah, discuss around these issues because you guys know quite a lot. Okay, and I'm very interested in learning more from you as well. Learning from your side of things. I'm interested from hearing what your take is on some of these issues, especially issues to do with Meghan and Harry, issues to do with Catherine and William, updates on what you think about Queen Elizabeth going forward. Should she call it a day and hand over the throne to Prince Charles so that she can take a break? Yes, these are some of the stories that I want us to be talking about when our phone lines go live. Okay, so I will let you guys know when the lines are live, and I'm trying to establish the right network to use for those for that phone line so that guys can call in free of charge from wherever you will be calling from. So yeah, that's our day today, guys. I hope you guys are having a great time wherever you are. If you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe so that we take it to greater heights. And all of you that are subscribed and are following up on these stories every day, I truly appreciate your every support. So these lives here at the moment are being sponsored by sorry, not Francis, by Happy Careers, which is a career guidance company which helps young people with advice on writing CVs, advice on what to do for their careers, and all advice related to building career success. So that is who is sponsoring these. Difficult to run these things, as you know, they require a lot of time and effort. But thank you so much for always keeping up here with the channel. Thank you so much for your support. Any messages you have, any requests for certain video posts, please drop those through the email address, which is on, I think I listed that email under the about section. So if you send me an email, I will always get your messages and I'll respond to you promptly. Okay, but I do appreciate your time, and I will wish all of you a great night, guys, from wherever you are in the world. Let us stay in touch. Look out for my recent video post, which is more of a brief royal news delivery this evening. I think I posted that video post around 6 this evening. So if you missed that post, please kindly go over and listen to it and leave your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you missed some of those other posts that I put up the whole of last week, please head over to the channel and give them a like. The more you look at those posts, the more those posts are boosted. But also I have a TikTok account which is Francis Page Media. I post there every day, guys, every single day. And you know the nature of TikTok posts, they are always short and sharp. So again, I post there every day, and I'm so impressed with how those posts are doing on TikTok, guys. Again, most of you would be following me on TikTok. Please, thank you so much. Carry on doing so. We are in this journey. We are on this journey together. Without you, this channel would be would be nowhere really. So I do appreciate your support. Let us stay in touch. I will be back on Saturday, I think, because I do lives every other day. So no, I'll be back on Friday, guys, unless another really hot story pops up. But I will be back on Friday. I always leave a day in between to sort of digest these stories as they do happen. So for now, guys, I will say bye-bye. But let us keep in touch, and please stay subscribed. Have a great night, guys. Bye-bye.